We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
Yo, what's going on? We back in this thing.
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
Hey, we back, bro.
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. What's good with you, bro?
Man, it's so much stuff. Life has happened.
Life has been very much happening, man, for me.
Yeah, same here. But I guess we can jump all into that after we get this thing going.
Let's hear that music, man.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
If you
of all
smell
time.
what the It doesn't matter what your name is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Hey, listen up. I know it's been a minute. You haven't heard me say it in quite some time, but if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube, Facebook pages. Every episode is streamed on both platforms simultaneously, so you can be like the homie Courtney Davis checking us out from YouTube. Ace Kennedy.
It's good, man.
Listen, man, we haven't gotten together since before Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, bro? Not that I don't already know,
Right.
but for the peoples.
Thanksgiving was interesting this year. My beautiful wife was in the hospital, so and we had family in town. Her sister and my brother-in-law came into town, which was real dope. It just was different. You know what I'm saying? Not having her there physically at like around the table was different. But nonetheless, she's home now, in recovery. For those that know, she had a huge surgery, and so she is now recovering. We're doing all the follow-ups, doing everything to try to get her back to 100%. But and our big thing that we talked about for Thanksgiving was like, look, yeah, she's not here at the table physically, but she's here, and we want her to be here for the future Thanksgivings and Christmases and other holidays. So it was a necessary time away, but at the same time, we still enjoyed ourselves. I think one of the biggest highlights of my nephew and my niece being here, and then my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, was the fact that I got to take my brother-in-law and my nephew to the game with me for the national anthem. And so that was real dope, because of the fact that it's one of them things when I've been like, yo, this is what I do, right?
Yeah.
But for them to see this is what I do, it was dope, because it was like walking in the building, people like, yo, what's up, Ace? And people wanting to take pictures, and people coming up to me, like kids and stuff, wanting autographs, like that whole thing. And I know my nephew was just like, dang, Unc really do this. Like,
Yeah.
and then it's like we're bumping shoulders literally with these basketball players. Like, this was the first time, and the Thunder has a new team, but the Jazz was in town, so the homie Royce was there. But stepping on the floor and like players dapping me up, like Spider came up to me. For those that don't know, it's Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell came up to me. Me and Gobert had the little head nod thing. The boy Royce came up to me. Some other players just came dap me up. Kenrich Williams for the Thunder, like pulled me aside, was like, yo, bro, I see you. Like it just it was dope. Like even though it was, this is the kind of the first game back post initial COVID stuff where fans is in the building again, and we doing mask up and stuff like that. Like it was different. It was very different because they didn't get that full experience, that pre-COVID experience.
Yeah.
But the fact that they was actually there though, and they got to experience that. My nephew, I wanted him to have some sort of experience like that because I know, they live in Atlanta out there with you. So they get the opportunity to go to the Hawks games and stuff like that. But to be standing on the floor though, to like see the behind the scenes stuff, to see how the production is built, I thought that was just super dope for him to have that type of experience because I know my kids enjoyed it as well. So the Thanksgiving break was great, bro. Just to, because I, from that moment until I got Sarah home, it's just been back and forth to the hospital, taking care of the kids, and then back and forth to the hospital. But we just been spending a lot of time, so it's been dope. What about you though?
Man,
So a lot going on.
I had a lot going on, man. So the cool thing here is that I was off the entire week of Thanksgiving. So because I was off that entire week, we just decided that, hey, you know what? I was originally trying to have my brother Ken come down for Thanksgiving, but then we decided we was gonna head on out to DC. So what was real cool, man, is that so I was working on that Friday, that Saturday morning before Thanksgiving. Shot on up to DC, man. I mean, not to DC, to Virginia. He lives out in Newport News. And the ride was easy. I mean, very easy ride, though, bro. I'm talking about probably one of the easier rides that I've taken in quite some time. And so what was real cool about it is that, my brother, not that he's a complete loner, but he rocks with a very small crowd, right? So it was real cool to actually go on out there, man, and kick it with him to actually do some stuff that's within his element of being in Virginia, man. I can see why he likes it and everything like that. They actually not Newport News. He lives in Hampton, by the way. And Hampton was dope. I thought the city was real fire though, bro. Like when we went, I see, to me, like, maybe because I'm not from there, you know what I'm saying, that I kind of fell in love with the charm of it. But I thought that Hampton was pretty dope though, man.
Yeah.
And then topped it off, got a chance to see the homeboy Chad out there, my other light-skinned white chocolate brother from another mother. And that was fire though, man, because he was out in Norfolk, in Hampton. I think they're like 15, 20 minutes away from each other and everything. And so that was real fire though, man, just because, what I'm saying? Like these is people who, we don't get a chance to, yeah, man, that was fire though, bro. So, it's cool. And the one thing that I think that was real dope is that all we did was just shoot the breeze and watch football. And it's one of those things where some people, bro, you can not see people for months and years. And then when you see them, it's like you just picked up on a conversation, like you just talked to them yesterday. So that was still real, man, that it was still that with them though. So it was cool because I know that I hadn't seen Ken in a few years. I probably have seen Chad. I saw Chad probably right before COVID, if I'm not mistaken. And so just the fact that I was able to knock both of them out before I even got to DC. We stayed up there, man, for a couple of days though, man, and got to see my nephew. That was fire. So that was cool, man. And then we shot on out to and listen, it's funny though, man, because he's the biggest person you'll see on skates, man. Let me tell you, it was hilarious seeing his big behind on skates the way he be moving, bro.
Yo, this is what's funny. Sarah saw this picture. She said, "Why is Charles so short compared to his brother?" I said, "Hey, that's just." She was like blown away, like the size difference, because he's kind of even squatting in that picture a little bit.
He's leaning.
Yeah.
There's a picture that. So what was funny about that is just the week before he was in Atlanta because he has a frat that he was pledging and everything, and they were doing some kind of convention or whatever out here, and he was out here, and I had this other picture that I took with him at the new Black Wall Street. By the way, next time you in town, it is one of the places that we gotta. Yeah. That's the one. Listen, that's the one that made it look like how me and you look in pictures, bro.
100%. Because you like so leaning on him, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, she was blown away. Same thing with my dad, because I was telling, I was like, well, you got to see LJ. He was like, I don't think I know LJ. He said, I know Ken and I know Marcus. He said, but
Yeah.
I don't, I've so yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, man. But it's funny though, seeing Ken as that big, at 6'9", sliding around out there on skates though, man. It was crazy though, man. But it was dope trip, man. And then so from there, um DC is like 2.5 hours away or so from Hampton. And so what was terrible is when we left, I was sitting there thinking we was gonna leave. I hate sitting in traffic on the highway, right? It's one thing when you in local traffic, but I hate going out of town and sitting in traffic on the way. And that happened when we were out there. We probably sat in traffic, man, for like an hour and a half of this Tyson's Corner, Fredericksburg traffic. It was a nightmare. But by the time we got to DC, though, man, I'll tell you this one thing I'm gonna tell you this real quick. So the one thing that's always dope, I always have a good time in DC. The one thing I can say is that I have great in-laws, but not just in-laws. Their family has always been very kind to me from day one, and so I got a chance to see all of them. But one of the things that's always interesting is that DC is a very historic town. They got monuments everywhere and everything like that. But the folks that are from DC don't want to do the tourist kind of stuff. So, over the years, we would just kind of hang out at everybody's house and that was it. And now we actually get out and about and start trying to do some real DC type stuff. And so for us, we like to try the food stuff out. We went on out there to Oklahoma. You said, I got to take it to the Waffle Champ. So we hit that on up, right?
Yep. Went to Waffle Champion, went to Off the Hook.
Off the Hook. That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, tell me about your city by introducing me to the food, bro. So that's the first thing I was saying. So we went on out there, man, and got a chance to get Pops his little craving for some mambo sauce wings. And then we got a chance. DC's real big on half smokes. It's like a smoked sausage, but it's weird. It's maybe like a DC thing specific on how they smoke it or whatever. So we went to this restaurant. It was fire, bro. It's like, hey, if I ever opened a restaurant, it would be like this kind of restaurant. Play dope music. The menu had like real quirky themes to the names. Like they had a breakfast sandwich called that WAP. Right? They side items were called side chicks. You know what I'm saying? It was fire. It was almost like a hip hop themed spot, but it wasn't overly hip hop, right? It was fire though, bro. But got a chance to have some good food. But most importantly, though, man, I got a chance to see my wife's grandmother, though, man, and I mentioned that, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always thought that I had great in-laws, and she is the matriarch of their, family. And so she's always been very kind to me. So to see her, and she's been having some, health declining and things like that. So to kind of see her again was good for my heart, good for my soul, bro. And was glad overall, man, was glad that it was a very, full trip though, man. I mean, we literally got to see everybody this trip around though, man. Absolutely. It was dope.
Well,
I love going to DC though, bro. Love DC.
Yeah. I mean, your stuff didn't quite stop there, because you turned around and did yesterday was your birthday.
Yes, yesterday was the birthday, man. Hey, man. Into that 41 club 41. I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? And listen, to even go to take it a step back further than that, right? So catching up, we started basketball out here. So we've been. That's kind of the reason why, for the folks who don't know, why we've had some crazy hours on the pod here lately. was that, you know what I'm saying, in addition to Deuce having games and everything like that on different Tuesdays, Fridays, we also started our rec basketball league. I started basketball in a league of my own, another one. So that's been one thing. So we had our first game on last Thursday, bro, and it was dope. We came through with the dub, right? And I was happy for my boys because, you know, they said their goal was to win the whole thing. And I don't know if that means we're going to win every game,
Right.
but I wanted them to. I told them that you can learn lessons, right, from losses, but I'd rather learn lessons, the same lessons from getting them dubs. So we got that turnaround the next Sunday. This past Sunday, my team lost our league by our game by 1 point. But it was cold because I was out there lighting them up, though, man. I'm talking about lighting them up to where it was one of those where they was like, who guarding him? Somebody guard him? And then you hear some other people saying, I can't guard him, bro. I just can't guard him, though, man. So that was fire, though. So then I got my then to much to my surprise here, I got my Beats headphones in from my boy hooked me on up. I wish I had my air horns on over here, but appreciate you on that. Yeah. And that was dope. And you know, the one thing that listen, shout out to talking about a lot of stuff going on. Shout out to my father-in-law, by the way, because he had to have shoulder replacement surgery. So because he did that, I spent basically my birthday on doing Christmas shopping during the day. But I wanted to, you know, he's kind of the missus is went back out to DC. So we check in on him, make sure he's good. So I didn't want him to have dinner alone, especially on my birthday. So we went on over there, had dinner, and it was real cool though, man. So it was had a good time on my birthday though, man. Real dope.
That's what's up.
Lot going on, man. Lot wrapped into the last couple of weeks. Bro.
Yeah. Life is going on. But yo, man, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the world since we've been out, man. First of all, your boy AB, we kind of hinted at this before. Like, what would happen if this boy falsified the government documents saying that he got the vax and the story rang true? For one, you know, we always talk about AB not paying his debts. And then, you know, he always getting caught up in some stuff. Every time the league give him another chance, he always finds a way. And here we go. He suspended 3 games, him and another teammate, because, you know, I think the Patriots was the first team to report. I mean, not the Patriots. The Bucks was reporting that they were the first team to be 100% on the vax. And nah. What you think, bro? Is that too light for him to get the 3 games? What you think?
It's too light, bro. Too light.
The rest of the season,
I would have got him for the rest of the season. And here's the reason why, right? He's been hurt anyway. They say he has a high ankle sprain, and because he has that, he was going to miss 3 games anyway. So all you basically did was took away his game check. So if I'm the NFL and I want to send a message on this, I suspend him for the whole entire season, right? And even the other dude who on the team who falsified, who he may not have had nothing to do with ABs, I'm suspending both of them for. I may even make them ineligible for the postseason. Here's the problem with that, though, right? I think that. Okay, let me ask you this. Let me just ask you this. Is this different from Aaron Rodgers? Like Aaron Rodgers never submitted any documentation to the league. The league knew that Aaron Rodgers was not vaccinated. And even though Aaron Rodgers basically, when they ask him, was he vaccinated? He says, yeah, you know, I'm immunized. He
right.
never said he was vaccinated.
Right.
And the league knew that Aaron Rodgers was trying to get some kind of waiver from holistic medicine and all this other stuff. So the league knew that he wasn't vaccinated. Meanwhile, he's out here at the Halloween party. He's out here doing the interviews. And usually, if you do the interviews in the NFL with no mask on, then
that
you can indicate that, okay, he's vaccinated.
Right.
So this man's been getting up here, basically possibly jeopardizing his teammates and everybody else, and possibly infecting everybody else. But the NFL knew this
Didn't matter.
entire time that he wasn't. So is Aaron Rodgers different from AB?
It is different.
It is
100%.
different.
Yes, it is different. Here's the thing. First of all, for you to ask somebody whether or not they are immunized or vaccinated, that is a HIPAA violation. You cannot ask that question.
From
Can't do
Mr. Healthcare Administration himself.
Right. You can't do it. I don't care what you like. That's not, you cannot ask that question. So, and the thing is that the NFL, they can't come out and, like, if they people believe that he was vaccinated, the NFL can't come out and say, no, Aaron Rodgers is not vaccinated. Can't do it.
But here's the thing. The catch to that, though, right, is that if by rule they say if you are not vaccinated, then when you give your interview to the media in their presence live, then you have to wear a mask. So can't you
find him? They can find him.
Okay.
They can find him, but they still can't come out and tell people his status. That's a HIPAA violation. The NFL would have been liable if they did that, right?
Okay.
The other thing is this. The reason why it's different, forget all of the semantics and all of this, that, and the other, whether you can ask him, whether you're not, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, AB submitted a document that was false. That is a
felony.
That's a felony, right? He can be in jail for that. So that's why it's different. Again, Aaron Rodgers, his whatever he wanted to do for him, he could have been like, listen, I said what I said because I didn't want to go through the scrutiny because I believe something different than what everybody else believes, right? So that's his thing. His publicist could have told him to do that. Like, there's a whole list of things that could have happened. He's a public figure. People want to know what's coming out of his mouth, just like how people care about the Kyrie situation. So he did what he thought was best for him, regardless of what people feel about it. That's still what it is. You know what I'm saying? He has the right not to indicate whether he is vaccinated or not. He could, and because here's the thing: if he would have said, "I don't want to comment on that," then people would have already been, "Oh, that means you ain't vaccinated."
That means you ain't vaccinated.
Yeah. So again, I'm not even mad at Aaron Rodgers for doing that. And here's the thing: this is why I'm not so upset with him walking around without a mask and doing this, that, and the other. He's the only one that's really at risk. Everybody else is vaccinated.
Well, but that's that. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it's still equal. It doesn't change anything about whether or not in terms of the likelihood that he would actually have COVID, be asymptomatic, and not. It's just that now you're not offering the level of protection by being amongst these people that the other people actually are, and not just that. Not just that. To me, and like this, I think that you're right in terms of legalities, right? I think that they are different. I think that in terms of shame, I think that there still should be some shame in both. There should be shame in both, because here's the thing about it. The problem that both of them, right? There was, the only difference is that Aaron Rodgers had implied deceit, right? He was deceptive, and it was implied. AB was very deliberate with he was trying
so that's
to
why I said
deceive
it's
someone.
different. And that's what I'm saying. Like I said,
It's still deceit,
Aaron,
though, bro.
It is. But what I'm saying is, as a public figure who you're the face of this franchise, right? So everybody is hanging on his every word. And if he didn't want to go through the scrutiny of the questions, of the education, of whatever else, that's his prerogative. He did for first of all, you are not allowed to even ask that question to begin with. So
I get that. Let me ask you this though. So do you think? Okay, so let's talk about the root of this with AB was that this man basically had hired a chef.
Yep.
And the chef was basically a live-in chef. And AB owed this man some money, right?
Yeah.
AB did not want to pay this dude this bread, right? So the dude said, listen, give me the bread, or I'm going to go ahead and drop these dimes on you. And I believe that at some point, his agents, they say, reached out to this guy, was like, listen, let's go ahead and make a deal. And I think that this guy was saying, all I want is the money. Then I just want what was owed to me.
Right.
So AB then now he done missed 3 game checks, and you've made it worse. You could have just paid this man the money, and nobody would have ever even known.
Nobody would
right?
ever known. But here's the bigger problem, right? What if the NFL did an investigation on the whole league?
They can't be the only 2.
They ain't.
You can't tell me that. You
They are
can't
not.
tell me that they're the only 2.
Bro, if they got them cards just for $500, that's $5 to them, bro.
Yes. I think that, listen, bro. Listen, I'm sure, because at that point, right? If you like, this is my thing. Unless when you say, okay, here's a perfect example, because you said the Bucks said, oh, okay, yeah, we are the first one to be 100% vaccinated.
Right.
The Atlanta Falcons said we're also up there with those that are being vaccinated. So unless you actually said no, these guys were all vaccinated by our staff, so we got records of them, right?
Right.
And I understand HIPAA violations, I understand all that stuff, right? But I guess my thing is that unless that happened, which I do think that was the case with the Falcons, right? I think that all their people were vaccinated on site. But my thing is that unless you have that, like, how do you know? So then, do you actually go through and audit this?
They're not gonna do that, because they would have so much, like, there would be so many people in trouble, bro. They're not gonna do that. If anything, they will do that quietly. They ain't gonna do that publicly. And the other thing is, see, the Bucks, they offered the shot on site too, but he had questions about the vax, right? So he supposedly got his later. And the thing is that, so the way it works is that on your vaccination card, you have serial numbers that match up to the vials that you get, blah, 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 blah. So you can look in the computer and kind of match that up, or whatever the case may be. So, but like you said, if you just present me a card, who's really gonna go and do that?
Oh, listen, bro. I can't. This is the thing I can't wrap my brain around, bro. At what point, right? At what point do you think that rich people shouldn't do ratchet or hood stuff? Right? Because that would make, like, you think about this though,
bro,
right?
You can take people out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of people.
Well, listen, I'm not saying that AB, there was no consequences of you not getting vaccinated, right?
100%.
There was nobody that would say, if you're not vaccinated, we're not gonna sign you. Now,
maybe you couldn't play in certain areas, like maybe you can't play in New York, and maybe you can't play in LA.
Maybe I get that. I think that there are certain cities. New York was definitely one of them, but they play in New Jersey, so that's not an issue. And then I think the only other issue would be if you're in San Francisco. I think San Francisco has a city mandate that does. I don't think LA does. But I'm saying, though, in terms of requiring vaccinations, and I think my big thing is this, though, bro. I guess when I look at it, when it comes to AB, okay, at some point, where was the person? Ace, if you making $10 million and you say, hey, Charlie, guess what, fool? Guess what? I'm about to go ahead and get me a vaccination card, dog, to go ahead and fake that, make it look like I got a vaccine. It's gonna look exactly like it, and they won't even know. It's gonna cost me $500, right? Ace Kennedy, if you tell me that, I feel that it's my responsibility as your homeboy, as your A1, to say, Ace, if for some reason they find out that this is to be true, you could very well end your livelihood, because nobody already wants to rock with you like that. Now, Tom Brady, who stuck his neck out there for you, you got Tom Brady looking bad because he vouched for you, right? And then aside from that, like, who else besides the Bucks then after this would even trust anything you have to say? Like, so where is the person?
He ain't asked nobody.
Telling him this is the bad idea.
He ain't talked to nobody about it. That's the problem, right? It was him and his girl, and that was it. That's it.
He doesn't. He didn't. He didn't have to get vaccinated. That's my thing. Like I could understand if they said you have to be required. So
But
I could it would. Nah,
we
come
don't
on,
know what the
bruh.
Bucks organization was telling the players though. Like they were probably saying, "Listen, we ain't trying to be an issue, and we need everybody to get on board with this. We trying to go through we trying to get a championship, and we are capable of doing that, and we not trying to have no issues. We don't want nobody to be a distraction. So they probably
Listen, man. Next year they're gonna have them same people who audited the Georgia votes between Jovante and they're gonna have somebody audit the records. They didn't do it this year, but
Nope.
they're gonna verify the validity of those cards
in the off season. Oh yeah,
yes.
In the off season, they finna be and they probably telling them. They probably sent emails to everybody like, listen, over the off season, we audited all these records. If we find out that there's falsified documents, you will be suspended for the entire year.
Man, listen. Also along the lines of football, right?
Yeah.
This is something that listen. I'm not gonna even say low key. I was very shocked, but at the same time, though, my bitterness made me feel happy. Lincoln Riley hightails it out of OU like a thief in the night, bro. Listen, Ace Kennedy.
I'm living out here in it, bro.
Listen, I told you, bro.
Yeah.
See, this was funny.
We joked about this.
We joked about this. We jokingly. We
Yeah.
joked and said, I said, Ace, what if we made the play for him? Right? Because I've always assumed that he was not interested because he just got paid not that long ago. Now, mind you, I don't think it was $100 million, but he just got paid. And I've always believed that if he didn't go to the NFL, that he was going to be a lifer.
He was an OU lifer.
He was a lifer. So, bruh, I told you, hey, listen, we should go ahead and make a play because to me, I had this argument with somebody about this. I know that we are still probably paying Tom Herman. We might still be paying Charlie Strong.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And hell, we might even be still paying Mac Brown.
Maybe probably not Mac because I don't know.
Mac Brown was like 8 years ago, huh?
I get it, but I think because he's with another school now, I don't
think that matter. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that the school money, the new school money has to do with that's a contract. It ain't like the NBA, right? Yeah. Whereas the NBA, if you know what I'm saying, if you can buy out your contract and then start over, but usually teams will say, oh, well, I'm gonna give you a whole new $50 million per year, whatever. But I never even thought. So listen, my thing. To me, all it takes is one national championship for that to be not bad money. You get what I mean? Like if we had to pay Charlie Strong and his booster money, and we had to pay Steve Sarkisian, and if we had to pay Tom Herman, all for us to win one national championship. I'm not saying that franchise, I mean the actual program. I'm just saying that the money is well spent off of one national championship.
I mean, here's my thing. I am right there with you with the whole Sarkisian hire to begin with. Like that wasn't even my play. Like I didn't want them to get rid of Charlie. But when we got Tom Herman, I'm like, all right, this dude is an alumni. He is a Texas dude. He's winning bowl games. We might not have won as many games as they would have wanted the program to win, but we were making progress, so to speak. But I'm not as critical of Sark as you are, meaning that I don't think they should let him go after this year because this is his first year. You look at Baylor, right? Baylor went 2-11 last year, and now they just won the Big 12 championship this year. So I need to see a vast improvement next year. With the look in the way that we look right now, we are not ready for the SEC.
Listen, I tried to tell you before, when we played against Arkansas, and Arkansas is every 10 years they're good. But other than that, they're typically cellar dwellers in the SEC. And we lost to them. Like I'm talking about the sorry teams.
But bro,
Arkansas and Vanderbilt.
Here's my thing though. I'm not using
Kentucky
that as
also trash.
I'm not looking at the Arkansas loss like you are either, because for one, that was like his second game as the coach. And then on top of that, we did not have the right quarterback at that time. There was a lot, like we were figuring a lot of stuff out. I don't, so no, I
I'm
wouldn't
not
want
gonna
to.
give him that pass. I'm
I
not
know
gonna
you're
give him
not.
that pass.
We
The reason
already
why I'm
said,
saying the reason why I don't give him that pass, right, is because the right quarterback was there the whole time. So I now have a problem with your judging of talent, because if this man Card had been there and you said, "Oh, in off season, he is my guy," and if you couldn't tell the difference, then I got a problem with that. I do. I feel like this is the way I look at it, bro. If you fire Charlie Strong. Now Charlie Strong was known as a great when he was at Miami, a great recruiter, especially out of Florida. And then he went to, and you could tell that was true because he went to Louisville. They won in Louisville, and he recruited heavily to Florida. That's how Lamar Jackson got there, right? And so I look at that and I think, okay, you know what? You fired Charlie Strong. He's a defensive coach. And to me, that kind of made some sense when we were still trying to figure out the Big 12 before everybody went spread offense and Texas was DB University. And it hasn't been that in quite some time. But then I thought, okay, after 2 years, to me, once you lose to Kansas, it's the best, all bets is off. To me, they fired Lane Kiffin at the tarmac. They didn't want him to get on the plane. And he lost to somebody who was better than Kansas. So to me, the minute that you lose to Kansas, it's a wrap. I don't have no sympathy for you. But with that being said, they fired Charlie Strong primarily because in that same season, he gave up like 500 yards rushing to BYU and then still lost to Kansas. They was like, oh, that's it. So, okay, fast forward.
Yeah, I get that, bro. But here's the only issue I have with all of that, right? It's his first year. So he still got a bunch of Herman's guys. So if he's saying, listen, these guys do not fit in my program, I need the opportunity to recruit the way I want to recruit. He talking that big noise like they're going to be about 30 new recruits based upon the schemes and things that he's trying to run. So after next year, when we have our wrap-up session talking about Texas, we could have this conversation again. But I got to give him the pass for the first year.
We hired this man because he was the offensive coordinator for OU.
No, for Alabama.
For Alabama after Alabama, then won 2 national championships in 3 years. Now, listen, what we really talking about? You sit here and you had in that time you were there, you had 6 wide receivers go in the first round of the draft pick in those three years that you had. You've had Matt Jones, you've had Tua, you've had Jalen Hurts, you've had 3 of your quarterbacks in those 3 years have all been first to second round draft picks. You've had countless numbers of offensive linemen, countless numbers of defensive players. You've had Diggs, who's balling out of control out there at Dallas. You've had all these people. You've had talent. And so my thing, this is my problem, Ace, is that I think that Sarkisian isn't what we think he is. My problem with him is that I think that he had people fooled. I think he's fool's gold.
He's not. This is why he's not fool's gold. Bro, every time he's a head coach, it doesn't work out. There's a reason why he was available.
He got let go of USC.
Right. And he
went to Washington and got let go of Washington.
Right. And he went right back to Alabama because Lane Kiffin took. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's exactly the point I made when we first hired him. But I will still take Sark 10 out of 10 times over Urban Meyer.
No, sir. Listen.
Here's
my thing, though. But here is my thing. This is what made me mad. Because I'm looking here and listen, shout out to the homie Courtney and the homie Billy over here in the comments, because I am right. Listen, if you're going to do something, right, if you're going to open the checkbook up, Brian Kelly leaves Notre Dame, right? Nobody ever leaves Notre Dame. They may fire you. Who, by the way, I love that Notre Dame hired a young black dude who was a defensive coordinator. Now he's there. He's been elevated to their head coach. I hope that they win. I hope for him that they win a national championship. I always low-key root for him. But the thing that I'm just surprised about, to me, though, man, is that the fact that they even listen to an offer, that's the problem. That is the main reason why when I look at those kind of hirings, maybe I'm the Texas Longhorn fan that's unreal. Maybe I'm more like how some of these UGA fans are, or some of these Miami Hurricane fans are out here, where you think that every year it's your God-given right as a fan that your team should always be in the playoff contention and everything like that. But I look at it as Texas, as it's still Texas, and maybe that ship's just sailed, and it's not. The same way how Willis McGahee isn't walking through the Miami doors, maybe I need to just accept that Colt McCoy isn't coming through that door anytime. Like Cedric Benson is not coming through the door no more.
This is my thing, bro. This is exactly why I said I wouldn't want Urban Meyer, right? I am trying to build a program. The only way we're going to build a program is to put some roots somewhere. So the thing is that's like how we thought Lincoln Riley was going to be the Oklahoma staple. That's what I want for Texas program. That's why OU fans were upset, right? They were upset not because necessarily, like, you know, people out here trying to compare it to how KD left, right? But the thing is that Lincoln was the dude, like you said, that was turning down NFL jobs. He was turning down other jobs. LSU had offered him position before. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, why people just do Oklahoma dirty, bro? It is dirty. Like, people just listen, bro. People do Oklahoma dirty, bro. I personally like Oklahoma City, bro. People do listen. KD did Oklahoma City dirty, right? Lincoln Riley did Oklahoma City, Norman dirty.
Listen, they just got a new report.
Listen, Oklahoma City Thunder just got dog walked by NBA record of 70-some points. I looked at the score, bro. It was like 158 to like 77. I was like,
listen,
no Ja Morant. I didn't even think it was possible, bro.
No, Russ didn't do us dirty.
Russ didn't do them dirty. Russ tried to stay down, but they wanted to trade Russ.
And I ain't finna let you talk about my Thunder like that, bro. Hold
PG
on. PG
tried to do him dirty, but I don't think that they lost out on that.
No, we ain't even having that argument today. No, this is what it is, bro. With the Thunder, Shea and both Shea and Giddey did not play that game. So
PG, listen. Chris Paul is the only person who's ever done right by Oklahoma City, bro. And listen, Ace, okay, you need to put in the call right now to where the Thunder needs to retire Chris Paul's jersey immediately. He don't have to wait till he's done. Nobody should ever wear the number 3 again, because Chris Paul is the only person who's never done who doubled down and went to bat. I saw Chris Paul at a game when he was walking out there. He had on Langston themed colors for his stuff. He got Langston shoes.
Yeah, he did that for all of the HBCUs.
All the HBCUs.
And now you can actually buy the stuff. That's dope.
Chris Paul took the Oklahoma City Thunder to the playoffs when nobody thought that there was a right. Everybody thought, oh, he's done. Chris Paul came with the Hornets to Oklahoma City. He took the Hornets there and they did it like it was home. Like, listen, Chris Paul's the only person who's done the right thing by Oklahoma, bro.
Chris Paul is the homie. I met him when the Hornets was here. I met him and his wife before. Matter of fact, when she was pregnant with little Chris, my aunt was she's married to Willis Reed. And at the time, he was the president of basketball operations. So when they were in town, we hung out all the time. So yeah, Chris is my boy. That's why he is like up there. If it's not Russ that I'm rooting for Chris. But yeah, no.
He needs to have a jersey retired in Oklahoma, bro. Like if James Harden can have his jersey retired at a strip club while he's still playing, Chris Paul can have a jersey retired at the Capitol building out there. Ain't y'all, didn't y'all just pay all this money to renovate the Capitol building out there in Oklahoma City? Surely y'all can have a Chris Paul jersey somewhere framed up and retired. Nobody should ever wear the number 3 in the city of Oklahoma.
I mean, like I said, I get that, and I'm not gonna let you talk about my boys like that, bro. Because, like I said, my boy Shea wasn't there and Giddy wasn't there, and so you know they
Lou
had
Dorn was there.
What that's supposed to mean?
Listen, man, they didn't even have Ja Morant on over this.
Look, there go your favorite person.
Oh my God, I forgot he was even in that picture, bro. You could have cropped him out.
Man, and rest in peace to my boy Rasul Butler. Yeah.
Hey, man, listen, Chris Paul is the only person who's ever just Russ too. But I'm talking about Russ. After Russ kind of got the word that they was breaking up the band, he said, y'all might as well go ahead and do me. Get me on out of here. But Chris Paul is the only one that I know who just nah, man. Like, stop playing with me, bro. So nah. But them boys got dog walk though, bro. I'll tell you, golly. Now you got listen. That means just for you to score 150 some points in regulation, that means you wasn't playing no defense. And then on top of you not playing no defense, you couldn't hit the side of a barn. It was almost like y'all had a bunch of Tim Tebows out there.
That's the first game I didn't watch. This is the first game I didn't watch, and I didn't even go watch the highlights. I was like, nope. I had forgot that game happened until you brought it up again.
Oh, man. It's them boys had Tim Tebow in the first 3 quarters of every game, and not the Tim Tebow that comes back in the 4th quarter. It's just, dog, listen, man, in the NBA, it's hard. It's hard to not score 100 points because nobody plays defense, right?
Yeah, nobody's worse than the Lakers though. I'm not playing defense.
Oh my gosh,
bro! I watched them take a step to the side to let somebody drive down the lane, bro.
I see everybody do. Listen, you know this is the thing that's tough about that's tough about watching the NBA, right?
Nobody wants to be a poster.
Nobody wants to be a poster, bro. And listen, I think the problem is this. Right. So all it takes, people will stand in front of you for one move. Right. And once you do the one move, they're letting you go to the hole. Right. It's like nobody wants to be crossed over. Right. Nobody wants to be dunked on. And because that's the case, though, people were like, I'd rather save myself the embarrassment and just let you go and run into my shot blocker. Yeah. Meanwhile, you got the somebody dribbling to the shot blocker because they let him go by, and somebody gets an alley-oop called on him, though, bro. And if I'm like one of those dudes, I'm mad as hell because I'm thinking like, bro, you out here letting people get dunked on left and right because nobody wants to play defense. But the Lakers, though, bro, oh my gosh, though, man.
Yo, who that young man from the Timberwolves is out there be putting people in, bro?
Oh, that's my dude, Ant-Man, bro. Ant-Man be dunking on. Listen, bro. Ant-Man, and listen, but everybody who Ant-Man dunks on, right? Yeah. It's been a wide open. Like he'll body you, but every time he's like. But he dunked on old boy from Miami, and they called the one on him. So if you look at it, though,
he grabbed his head, bro.
He grabbed his head and put his head next to his crotch, bro. Put his face next to that man's crotch. But if you look at the play, he danced on homeboy. He put like one good move on him, set him up, put one good move on him, and dude just let him go on over there. So homeboy is doing what you're supposed to do, right? The technical thing to do is to come in and take the charge. Well, you ain't expecting for somebody to start banging from way outside the paint. Like, if I'm him, though, man, you got to take me out the
to grab the back of your head, bro.
Nah. That's embarrassing, bro. But I'm talking about every time I've seen that boy, every time I've seen him bang on somebody, and every time I see somebody getting dunked on, though, bro, it's because somebody just has some terrible defense. Like it's very rare that you see somebody dance on you and cross you on up and make you fall down, and then you get to the paint and still dunk on somebody, right? It's just somebody do a move, and if you can get by them in one move, they let you go on by. People out there getting bodies out there, though, bro. Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yo,
But the Lakers don't play none.
who's your favorite team right now? Like who you think going? Like if we just looking at the snapshot right now, who you think going to the championship right now?
Oh, the Suns out of the West.
Dang, over Golden State.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. The Suns, and I just can't seem to be comfortable with picking over the Nets. I just can't.
Yeah, they even though they be like squeaking by games or whatever, even though it like if it was my choice, I would say it's either gonna, like you said, the Suns or Golden State, because Golden State ain't even got Clay back yet, right?
Let me say so that's my thing. So okay, let me tell you the reason why. If you tell me that Golden State has Clay, and let's just say he don't even got to be Clay at 100%. If you tell me that they get Clay back at 80%, then I think it's Golden State. And for that matter, I think that I would pick Golden State to win the whole thing. I think the difference that I think what people don't really kind of quite remember is that Clay would always guard the other team's best player, the best perimeter player. So I thought that I just don't know if you can expect that much from him.
I don't think he has to do that though. I think you that's what Draymond is going to be doing now, right? I think
Draymond can't guard KD like that. Draymond can't guard. Draymond's going to guard their best big man.
But here's the thing though. They're going to do just like we all say, right? You let somebody have it. Like, think about it. You think about it at the times when James Harden used to be the only one from Houston scoring. Yes, they won a lot of games, but I'm saying if you neutralize James Harden, the rest of the Nets don't really do nothing, bro. So I'm saying, and they can outscore you. That's the problem. Other teams can't outscore the Nets.
Let me tell you the reason why. Let me tell you the reason why I sort of give the edge to the Suns, right? I give the edge sort of to the Suns because I think that the Suns play better defense than I think Golden State does. And aside from that, what I do like, right? So the Suns now, so this is one thing I thought. I told you this before. I don't think that very young teams, win championships. And I think that with respect to Steph and Dre, right, with no Clay, I just think that the Suns are still so young to where those guys outside of Steph, Clay, and Dre, and I won't even put Looney out there like that, but I'm talking about the players that you would count on, the Jordan Pools, and who I really like. Like, I don't think that he's earned them lumps yet from playing on that level.
What about Young Glove? You ain't gonna mention him at all?
I love watching them play though, bro. But my thing though, man, is just I just don't think that. Listen, man, I don't believe that I think that championships are won by older teams though, bro. And I just think that the Suns have a good combination of enough old guys. And I think that those young guys, like the Cam Johnsons and the Mikal Bridges and everything like that, I think that those guys playing at that level did something for them. But I don't think that you could just put Jordan Poole in the finals right now. And as good as he is, I don't expect that you can put him there. And for me to feel like I'm gonna put my money on them to win, I just don't think that. I think that older teams win, and that's the reason why I think if they played against the Nets, then I would probably pick the Nets because I just think that they have the right number of OGs on their team to where I think that they would out OG the Warriors, though.
You know who my surprise pick from the East would be? And this is anybody's ever gonna say, but I would love to see the Bulls go. Them boys balling, bro. They
balling, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. They balling.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan killing it. I like how Ball is doing. I mean, Levine, like them boys is acting right, bro.
Hey, listen, man. We still on the Ben Simmons watch though. Is Ben Simmons really ever gonna get traded, bro?
Man, you know that the little smoke is coming up about Portland, even though I just don't know what pieces they would give away. And Dame is saying it ain't true, but I mean, there's, I'm wanting to ride with Dame on it just because like the last stuff about him leaving and stuff like that coming out, and he like, no, it's not true, and he really didn't leave. So
you talking about if Dame? You talking about them talking about Dame leaving?
No, I'm talking about before the season started. They was talking about Dame was gonna leave, like right after the season when he was over there with the Olympics. They was talking about he was leaving, and so Dame was kept saying like, I don't know where y'all getting these reports from because that's not happening. Like that's not true. So
what are they even talking about, Dame? I told like this. The obvious thing is to get CJ McCollum out of there, bro. Like, what are they waiting for? Like that's the who thing, you got to make the trade around,
right? But what I'm saying is, Dame is saying I'm not the one asking for Ben Simmons to come to Portland to trade away people. Like that is rumor. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying,
I see what you're saying, right? I'm just saying that. Okay, this is my thing. Okay. With or without this lineup with CJ McCollum, right? Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think that they're going to beat the Nuggets? Do you think that they can beat the Lakers? Which the Lakers, they probably can, right? Anybody can beat the Lakers. But do you think they can beat the Suns, the Jazz, and also the Warriors in a series with this team as constructed?
No, I don't. But at the same time, though, I don't know that CJ is the reason. Here's why. Okay, this is the only thing that I will say is this, right? If you're giving up CJ so that my boy, oh my gosh, what's his name? Number 24, Powell, Norman Powell. If he's getting more shots, okay. If you bring in Ben Simmons and you still got Norman Powell, I'm okay with that.
What if that boy, listen, bro. What if that boy Ben Simmons, while he's out of sight, out of mind, what if this boy Ben Simmons is just out here working on that J and he come back like the okey doke, hit these boys with the okey doke like surprise, mother scutters. And
hey, what about old boy from that was drafted to Philly and then he went to he couldn't shoot free throws or nothing. And then he went to the Magic.
Markelle Fultz. He out there. He's still out there though, man. But listen. Cole Anthony is on his tail though, bro. Cole Anthony the real thing though, bro. But listen, I would die laughing if Ben Simmons
came out there stroking that thing,
stroking threes though, bro. I would die laughing if I saw that, bro.
Yeah,
incredible. I'm just surprised. I mean, I think that obviously the trade deadline and the All-Star break is the date, I would imagine. So
yeah, well, I think it's a week before they changed it to the week before the All-Star game now.
Yeah.
I remember, I'll never forget the time when it was in New Orleans and the game was just over. This boy, DeMarcus Cousins, was in the interview and his agent came up and said, "Yo, bro, you've been traded."
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, bro. Let me ask you this. Speaking of New Orleans, though, man, since you brought it up, do you think Fat Zion is going to play, bro?
Bro, what has he been doing, man? Listen.
That boy eating all the beignets. That boy eating all the boudins out there. He eating all the jambalaya, all the shrimp.
Bro, I heard he ain't even got a jump shot no more. He just got a shot, fool.
Bro, he fat. And you know, so this is what I think. I think that certain pictures just don't do him justice.
No, the commercial. He just
he looks fat in the face on the commercial.
Because I mean, even what's my boy Kawhi? Even Kawhi still looks in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Kawhi looks like he has a chef that prepares his meal.
Well,
Zion looks like he goes out and he just
chefs.
says, "Oh my gosh, man, Zion is fat." And this was I saw him on the commercial where he's on there with Zach LaVine for the Mountain Dew commercial, and I'm just looking like, okay, man, this boy looking a little hefty, looking a little round in his face. And then what was funny is that when I saw this clip of him warming up, and there was the video where he wasn't jumping, right? And I thought that he wasn't trying. It was just working on the form, whatever, right? But then just the other day, somebody said, "Nah, bro, it's just a bad angle," because somebody went to his Instagram and showed him wearing this outfit, and he doesn't look fat. Yeah. And I guess maybe close-ups just don't do him any justice, though, bro.
They just gonna be on him. They've been on him about his weight since he first came in the league, bro. So
listen, man. Listen, okay. If you watch Zion, if you go back and you watch the Zion highlights of him in high school, he wasn't as big then. He was way leaner. And what's funny about that though, Ace, is that somebody had, you know me and my TikTok, right? I saw that somebody had a video that said how much Zion has fell off, right? And you see that it's just like a blooper reel, but he's just missing dunks. Like there's highlights that you would never have seen happen when he was in high school. And I'm thinking, like, bro, Zion, I don't want to feel like I don't think that he needs to be skinny, but I think that Zion for real needs to be at about 265, bro. I think he'll still be as strong, but he'll have his athleticism, bro. And if you bring Fat Zion back, I think he done for the year, bro. He ain't coming back.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Man, good pod today, bro. The hour went by quick, man, because we just had so much to catch up on. That we still got more. We ain't talk about the Bone Thugs and
oh my guys, the Bone Thugs, bro. Listen, I'm not gonna even hold you. I did not even watch, not the Bone Thugs, but they had the Stephanie Mill and what was that? Was it Karen White? Maybe I'm mixing. There was another one that I didn't even watch just because I just didn't particularly care for the people who they had in there.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Stephanie Mills. Now, I mean,
what Stephanie Mills got a couple of songs that I like, but I didn't think I didn't think Stephanie Mills had 10 bangers like that. Yeah. But we do got to talk. Shaka Khan. Was that Shaka Khan who she went up against? Listen, man, I thought Shaka. I didn't see it. Maybe I need to watch a recap because I guess I would just imagine Shaka Khan would wash her though, bro. Like that's why I didn't. Maybe that's why I didn't. I saw that it was Shaka Khan, and to me, to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to see. I think I look at Shaka Khan as maybe a bigger artist than Stephanie Mills. So the matchup doesn't. I don't know, bro. But I do keep seeing that people was talking like Shaka was on that sauce, bro, hard. Yeah, but we gotta talk about the Bone Thugs though, bro. Listen, on the Friday pod, bro. We late with that recap, but better late than never because I think we got a couple of other things that we still got to catch up on though. But listen, that Busy Bone, everybody's still been talking about it. And I fell out laughing when he said, "You ugly mother scutters ain't gonna be mocking me when I'm rapping." Bruh, I said, no way. And he looked like they cut him off right before he was getting ready to go ahead and go in more on old girl over there, though, bro. So I said, oh my gosh, though, man. Hilarious. We gotta talk about that too, though, man. Hey, what else on your deck for the week, man?
For the week, man, listen, Life Church kind of does this whole thing where we've been, like Craig was the one who initially found the whole platform of, video recording pastors with the screens, this, that, and the other, whoop to whoop to whoop, which we got to talk about. We got to talk about, what's the pastor? What's the Joel Osteen? We got to talk about that Friday too, bro.
Okay. Oh my! Listen, Ace Kennedy. Listen, bro.
Bro, how that?
Hey, listen. You and I listen. I'm gonna save that. I'm not listen. I'm not gonna even talk to you about that off the air because I want to know genuinely what you think about that when we talk about it. Like, because listen, bro. I listen, Friday is gonna be lit. And by the way, I did mention that I saw the homeboy Chris Top the other day, though. It was awesome to see my dude.
Where the picture at though?
We ain't take no pictures over here. Listen,
it ain't happening. It didn't happen.
Me and this dude sit here and we talking for hours and hours and hours and catching up and never took a single picture though, bro. It was like the most 90s thing you would ever see though, bro.
It ain't on Facebook. It didn't happen. You ain't see Chris.
Ace Kennedy. I listen. I don't even want to talk about Joel Osteen
We'll talk about it Friday.
So I don't
But
even
look,
listen.
so let me finish with what I'm okay.
Don't
So
tell
anyway,
me about Joe Osteen when we get off this live
okay.
either, bro.
So what I'm saying is, fast forward, we also have church online for people who cannot go and see, you know, church. You can log on, whatever. Well,
Right.
they're bringing the cameras and stuff to our church Sunday to record the band. So, you know, that's going to be a pretty big deal. So we all excited about that. So yeah. That's what we got going on. And then, you know, just the rest of the week, like I said, got to get Sarah to some appointments, and then just, you know, got the Marauders on Thursday, and then right back with the Slash Brothers on Friday.
How you looking on Christmas shopping, bro?
I got two more left. That's it.
Okay. I got to provide a status on mine by Friday, man.
Yeah, I got two more left, and I'm trying to figure out where that money's coming from.
Oh Lord. No, so
Boy.
it's funny. I got so on Thursday we have our second rec game. So I'm hyped up, man. I'm almost nervous because we didn't look so good in this practice today, though, bro. So I'm like, all right, I gotta see what we do.
No, hold up. It's just been announced. Blazers, CJ McCollum has a collapsed lung.
Oh Lord.
And he has pneumonia and will undergo additional evaluation. Not cool.
Dang, he ain't getting traded.
Yeah. Dang.
Hey man. But yeah, man. So we got our rec game on Thursday. We got the pod on Friday. So between now and then, though, man, I gotta still do a little bit more Christmas shopping, though, man. So I gotta see what's up. I need to find out where the deals is. I gotta find out what's the gift to get. So yeah, man, I got a couple more things to do though. So Friday's episode should be dope, though, man. We should be back at the regular time, though.
Yo, but for real in real life, Billy, we appreciate you, brother. Mark, Chantel, Chris Top, and the boy Courtney, Chad. Yo, we just appreciate everybody that stopped through, everybody that's gonna watch it on Chatty Mac, everybody that watched, and anybody that's gonna go on the replay. We appreciate you. Please comment, and the boys is back. You know, be flexible with us, because we're gonna be flexible on these times. We're trying to come in around 6:30 on Tuesdays and Fridays Central Standard Time. But like I said, with my boys playing basketball, you know, I'm still filming him, getting his content out, and then, you know, Charlie's coaching and doing his thing. So we are definitely trying to come with you. And even if one of us can't be here, you know, we got the whole Slash Brothers crew that will be filling in and popping in. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Hope you guys had an incredible Thanksgiving. And as we go into this holiday season, just remember why we are having this time of reflection. And hey, thank y'all for putting us on, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker?